Now here's an unplanned video. I really didn't plan on doing this one, but it was so hilarious that I had to do it. I was looking for some AR-15 parts in the vain hope that this SAFE Act finally gets an injunction or shot down. I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen. With that, I was browsing the web looking for AR-15 parts, remembering the things that I used to have in this state and the freedoms that I used to have. And somehow I got on this site called, what is it called here? Let me take a look here. All Things Democrat, so you know it's going to be a good unbiased site. All Things Democrat. It was an article that popped up, and it's called Debunking the Conservative Myth on Assault Rifles. Now, I'm not a conservative, but I knew that this was going to be a crackling good yarn to read this. And I clicked on it, and I just had absolute hilarity. Basically what it is, and I'm going to link the article in the description so you can see it for yourself, that I'm not actually making this up. The stupidity is actually real. It actually is a real article that was published. It basically says that the line that the conservatives use, that AR-15s aren't assault rifles because they're semi-automatic, they're saying that's a myth. It's a myth. Now, what kind of amazing piece of evidence do they have that this is a myth? Did they go back into the 60s and ask Eugene Stoner if his design would always be an assault rifle? No. Did they ask the military and get top defense contractors to say that these things are assault rifles? No. Did they contract out Merriam-Webster and look back to the Latin origin of the word assault and the Latin origin of the word rifle to see if it actually legitimately fits perfectly into that definition? No. What they did was find one website that sells AR-15 parts, a website that looks like it was created by about a 6-year-old with a front page program. And they found one guy that made a page like this that called it an AR-15 assault rifle. It's a place that sells them. They called it an AR-15 assault rifle, and this confirms that what the conservatives are saying, that an AR-15 is an assault rifle, this confirms that that is a myth. The one website confirms that this is a myth. You may think this is a joke, but it's actually, this is their standards of proof. Now, if I had to use that in the reverse direction, this is what would happen. I could absolutely confirm that the U.S. has 57 states because somebody once said that one time. I forget who it was, but I'm sure the people that read that probably know, and I don't know, they don't like to talk about that. So this is absolutely amazing. But there's a bonus feature at the end of this video, and this is what it is. On the right side of the page, there's some ads. Now, typically the ads you might see on a web page are trying to sell you a product or service based on your web history. If you just happen to look up, I don't know, crazy Brazilian porn, maybe they'll try to sell you airfare to Brazil. But on the right side of this page is just basically stuff bashing the right, bashing the Republicans, which the Republicans need to get bashed, but at least let's do it in a, nice, fair manner. This is not a fair manner. In fact, this is a dumb manner. But it's hilariously dumb because you'll see why in a second. On the right side of the page, there's something that says, Republican wisdom on rape. Oh, I'm sure this is going to be an absolute hoot. And what does it say? The jury very well concluded that this is a case of buyer's remorse. I don't know, some dumb talking head Republican probably said that. Rape is something that God intended. And it's funny because it goes through these quotes and the stupid things that the Republicans did say. Now, they did say those things, I have no doubt about that. But what they neglected to include was some of the liberal views on rape. And these are absolutely hilarious. They might even be worse than the Republican views, because the Republican views are just some stupid heads, talking heads, saying stupid shit. The thing about it is, the liberal thing that I'm going to tell you in a minute, the liberal thought, they actually do believe this. They actually do believe this. So you got this you got this box that says Republican wisdom on rape. Oh, her father warned him that some girls rape easy. This is like when that one asshole said something about, well, if it was a legitimate rape, she wasn't going to get pregnant or something like that. The Bible says so. But let's take the focus off the dumb Republicans for a second and focus on something that the left actually thinks their wisdom on rape. The women should not have a right to carry a firearm in defense, because if they are getting raped, they should try to vomit on the attacker. they should try to tell the attacker that they are on their period, and they should try to urinate on the attacker. Now, that's the big difference from what the Republicans said. The Republicans, that was just some talking heads, but the Democrats actually believe this, as shown by their very, very vitriol anti-gun stance. And that's the big difference there. But it's hilarious that they would put a box up like that, not knowing that the Democrats have made vast statements that are horrific about rape. Just vomit and piss on your attacker instead of doing something like, I don't know, keeping your dignity and defending yourself like a woman. Gee, I guess they just happened to forget to put that little ad on there. But it's hilarious. It was so funny reading this. They think they really put a nail in the coffin and nailed the argument that AR-15s are in fact assault rifles, when in fact they've just ruined any sort of credibility. And I've never even been on that site before, but I know that I'll never even think about clicking on it again if that is their burden of proof. One guy on an internet site that looks like it was made by a 3-year-old. So we can play it both ways. Like I said, I've absolutely confirmed that the U.S. has 57 states thanks to our geography experts. Because if one guy on the internet with a website is an expert on what exactly AR-15s are, that they're assault rifles, then the President of the United States, oops, ruined the surprise, the President of the United States is an expert on geography, which unfortunately I think he actually should be. But, you know, that's kind of crazy talk. So 57 states, welcome to the United States of America with 57 states. I'd like to be the first to welcome you there. And go ahead and take a look at this article. Of course, the comments are disabled now because the left doesn't care about free speech. But go ahead, take a look at it, get a good laugh, share it with your friends and family. It's absolutely hilarious. So take a look, take it easy, guys.